Morning everybody, happy Saturday. Didn't get to do a squad trip today, but we're doing a different kind of squad trip. Are we going yard selling? Excited? I just did a simple getting ready. So this is the makeup bag that I use. Of course, it came from the thrift store, and it's just a simple canvas bag. I like the shape of it and the size. It fits everything except my blush palette. So this is sort of my simple everyday makeup. I use this Beauty Counter Dew Skin. It works great for my dry skin. And then I use it with the Beauty Counter Concealer. I use the shade Light. Then I use this blush palette. I typically use one of these two shades. I really like that light pink one, but sometimes I will use a brighter shade as well. I really like this Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I use it with a little brush. This is the shade Soft Brown. And then I will take this L'Oreal Brow Gel and just sort of fix my brows in place. And then I use a bronzer, and can't beat CoverGirl Lash Blast in my opinion. And that's that. I typically don't do my showers in the evening, but boy, it just streamlines the morning. I was able to just get up, get dressed, do simple makeup, put on some earrings, and done. So I don't know, I might start doing that more. So here we go. We're headed out to, I think there's maybe 4 sales in our area. So they start at 8 o'clock, which is now. So my goals today, I can't remember what's on my list specifically other than fall kids clothing. So if we find fall kids clothing, that's great. I'm also really looking for stuff to resell. My goals today are to spend mainly quarters, and I hope to not spend more than $1 on a single item, but really I hope to spend just quarters on items, like 1 quarter on each item. So we'll see how it goes. So I have my muffin with me, and I have my water, and we're gonna head out. Just got to our first yard sale. You think we're gonna find good stuff? Well, that is not the attitude to have this morning. We better turn that around.
I think we're gonna find some good things.
That's better. Alright, so if you watched the video that we uploaded Monday, I talked about how to bargain, haggle, negotiate, etc. And Emily touched on the fact that sometimes it can be uncomfortable. That was a little bit uncomfortable. I will expand on that more when we get home, but as always, and I said this in the previous video, be kind. Be kind. Be respectful. These are people's items that they are choosing to let go of, and so, you know, to you, to me, spending several dollars on a stuffed animal does not seem worth it, and if you're going to resell it, especially, it's not profitable. However, they're looking at it, and he said to me, come on, we paid $30 for this, you know, this is a $30 doll, you know, but you know, as a bargain shopper, and then also as a reseller, you have to sort of challenge that a little bit. So I'll tell you about that more when we get back. Hey guys, so it's actually the next day. It's Sunday. Yesterday got busy, as Saturdays tend to do. I didn't get to follow up on what I got, and then also the little haggling, bargaining encounter that I had. So I will just tell you about the day. So usually if I am with friends and I don't have my kids with me, then I normally try to make the morning of it and do more sales, and I'm willing to travel a little bit further. This time it was just me and the kids, and so I wanted to stay fairly local, and sometimes that sort of can limit obviously the sales that you're going to get because you're narrowing your radius. So we only went to 3 yard sales. So the first one is the one that the encounter happened. So I'm going to show you what we got, and then I'll sort of tell you what happened. So I think I've mentioned before that I'm wanting to get into reselling a little bit. I did want to elaborate on that because you can resell in so many different capacities and at so many different levels. So, at my stage in my life and with everything that I have going on, my current goal is to make my yard sale trips pay for themselves. So, at the end of this season, you guys can hold me to this. My plan is to make a video and to total up what I spent and then to share with you what I resold and how much I was paid for it. If I make a profit, obviously that's awesome. And at some point, my focus may shift to becoming more of a reseller. It's definitely interesting. If you've ever followed anybody that does this big time, whether if it's just on the side or if it's their main job, I'll link a couple of the channels down below that I've been watching. Um, it's incredible. It's a whole different world that you just sort of have to see to experience. The ability to flip through items and to know what is going to sell and what doesn't, and what will cater to your audience and what doesn't. It's just fascinating to me. I looked up some of these items. I have 3 items amongst these things that I'm going to resell. So one of the things that I'm considering reselling is I found this Sheriff Callie doll. So it is battery powered, and she sort of wiggles back and forth and sings, and you can press her badge here and she says different things. Alright, so that's the first thing I got. The second thing I got was something just for Abram to have at home. I thought this would be good in his little play kitchen. These are like a porcelain, ceramic, I don't know, porcelain enamel. There you go. And I got the plate and the cup. These are actually the Hearth and Home with Magnolia collection. And I just think that they're precious. I think they'll look cute hanging from his little play kitchen. The next thing that I got from there was something else that I'm going to try to resell that I'm really not very familiar with. It is a Fortnite little plush. I had to research to see what this is even called. I'm looking on my computer here. This is called the Cuddle Team Leader Plush. This is not going to be a big ticket item, and I really don't think the Sheriff Callie will be either, but if I'm able to sell it and make more than I paid for it, then that's chipping away a little bit at my goal of making my yard sale trips pay for themselves. Alright, the last 2 things that I got at that yard sale were books. The first one is called Daddy and Me, and it's this nice board book. It's in perfect condition. I think I'm going to put this back for my friend who is expecting. I've been sort of collecting books along for them, and I think that when you see like a daddy book, it's just so nice because so many of them are geared towards mothers, and we don't want the dads to feel left out. Alright, this one, I'm not sure if this is going to be a keep or a resell. I don't think it would probably bring much resale value. It says here inside that it sold for $9.95 in the US, and the copyright is $19.95, so I doubt that it's going to be worth very much, but we'll see. But it is just this copy of The Night Before Christmas, and I think the illustrations are just beautiful. This is also in perfect condition, and The Night Before Christmas is just such a beautiful classic story. I don't know if we have this one yet or not. I'll have to look in our box of holiday books, but I just think that this is such a sweet book. So I was happy to get it, whether for us or to resell. Okay, now I'll tell you about the encounter. So it's important for you to know that I have a big heart and a big conscience, and sometimes those things can really weigh on you. And if you are this personality type, then comment down below and let me know. But I went to this yard sale, and if you haven't watched the video that I put up earlier this week about how to bargain and haggle and negotiate, I will put that video here so that you can click on that and get those tips. I have no shame in getting a good deal and, sort of making a game out of it. And like I've said before, if you're going to yard sales, they're probably going to expect you to negotiate, right? Okay, so in this encounter, I walked up and my particular strategy that I chose was grouping the items and then saying, how much would you take for all of this? Okay, if you've watched that video, you're familiar with these strategies. So I grouped the items. I said, how much would you take for this? He told me 6. So for everything that I just showed you, the Callie, the Fortnite, the Magnolia cup and plate, and the 2 books, he told me 6. Well, like I mentioned, if you're reselling, you want to try to get these items for as low as possible. We haggled back and forth to get to the price that we could both agree on, and we did both agree on it. Whenever I went to pay, I did not have enough small bills to make exact change, and so I gave him a $10 bill and 2 quarters. And so he would have needed to give me back $6, right, to make that up, because I said $4.50 was the price that I could do. And he didn't have enough change for that. So now I'm left with 3 $1 bills and 2 quarters. And so finally he said, you know what, just give me the $3. So I gave him $3.50. And it bothered me the whole way home that I did not have enough change. And I had just about decided that I was going to drive all the way back to this yard sale once I got home and found another $1 so that I could give this to him. And thought better of it and thought, you know, if this was the price that he let me take the things for, then he was probably okay with it. So fast forward a little bit later, I ended up seeing a listing on Marketplace that said like yard sale leftovers, and I thought that stuff looks a little bit familiar. So sure enough, I clicked on it, and quite a few of their items did not sell, and I think it was because they were priced so high that people did not want to buy them. So that sort of was a little reassuring to me that I didn't need to feel bad about bargaining, and I didn't need to feel bad for taking them for the price that he said that he was fine with. So anyway, there's the little story that happened at the first stop. All right, moving on from that. The second stop, we actually didn't find anything. They were giving away free bags of Sun Chips and Famous Amos little packs of cookies, and they let Abram take one of those, so that was probably the highlight of his trip. They did have a humongous cupcake pan. It held 2 dozen cupcakes. It held 24 cupcakes. But they were asking $5 for it. I thought about getting it for whenever my sister and I do breakfast prep and we make like a whole bunch of muffins. When I'm really trying to think about just getting the things that I need or that are going to serve us well, I can easily just use 2 12 muffin tins, which we have, as opposed to the 1 24 muffin tin. So I left that there. All right, now the last stop was a little bit interesting. They did not have a lot. I got 2 things and I spent 75 cents. So the first thing I got cost a quarter. It was just this clear organizer from the Container Store. Anytime I find good organizers, especially ones that are this nice, I pick them up. These are great to go in drawers. I mean, this could be a bathroom item, a kitchen item, you name it. So that was a quarter. Now, this next one is a resale item, and I really don't know. I don't even know. I don't know if this is going to be something or not. When I saw this, it made me think of Corinna from Tarnished Treasures, because she is all the time finding little trinkets and all kinds of things. And it is this golden hen, I guess you would call it a miniature soup tureen. And as soon as I saw it, I just thought that is the quirkiest little thing. It came in this box, and it says made in Taiwan. It does have a number on it. It says number 7461. I have searched this on eBay. I've searched it on Etsy. I've searched it on Google, and I can't find anything. So I don't have any idea if this is something that someone would be interested in just because it's so quirky, or if I bought a dud. If I did, I paid 50 cents for it, and I don't know. Anyway. I sort of think that this is something that would maybe sell well on Etsy because Etsy items tend to be a little more, I don't know the right word, eclectic or unique maybe is the right word. I've never actually sold anything on Etsy before. I've been pretty transparent with you guys as far as my reselling adventure. I've sold some things on Poshmark. I've sold some things on Mercari. So there we are today. I went to 3 sales. I bought 8 items. 3 of them are going to be attempts at reselling. And that was our trip today. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got a little bit of a laugh out of my story. And lesson learned, keep some change in your pocket. And if someone gives you a deal, just go with it and don't look back. If you're new here, please stick around and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll be talking to you soon.